Hey everyone, Alex from Shuffle Up here, and today I'm going to give you my Charlotte Katakuri deck list that I'm playing in this new format without the overpowered Whitebeard build. We can now play this a bit more low to the ground. We don't need to play the bigger vanillas anymore, so this makes it so we can try and aim for a more faster build to try and go up against the Zoros and then just rush out every other color in the format right now. Um, Charlotte Katakuri as a leader is super strong. The ability to put that one dot on him and make him a 7k instead of just a 6k, and then search your view the top of your or bottom of your life is invaluable. Gives you the information you need to kind of like step up your game, put pressure when you need to, or put less pressure when you want to just ensure that you put your triggers in your life, stack your triggers in your life in a good way. Talking about triggers, you play all the triggers in this deck, so you're expecting to see at least one trigger go off in the game, but ultimately you want to see more than one. The deck does rely on you taking life early on. You do not want to play the deck in a passive way. You want to play it in a more aggressive way. Take the damage when you can. Let them eat your life down to one or two, except for those dangerous decks that if you ever see them in the format like Kaido, people do bring them out. Do not let yourself go down to one, because that is basically their danger zone. So, but most of the time you can go down to one life and be pretty confident that you're going to survive and be able to swing and control the board. The killer card in this deck, of course, is always going to be the Charlotte Lin, the 10 drop. If the game goes long enough for you to play one of your 4 10 drops, then you pretty much shift the favor of the game in your favor. You take one of their life, trash it, and then you get to add a life from top of your deck. It just unbalances the game. As long as they've let you go this far into the game, you can drop Lin every turn and just watch them kind of squirm. And as they try and take your life that you're regaining, that you're healing, basically, usually you'll get a trigger there, and it kind of hurts them even more. So it really punishes those decks that play aggressively, like Zoro, which is right now very prevalent in the format. Though I do have to say, Law is a bit too fast, and your hardest matchup is going to be Law. Because they're able to keep swinging, and that's kind of dangerous. So when you verse Law, it's very tricky. You might have to like try and address it from a more like control the board situation. But against Zora, it does actually like doesn't matter if you go for the board or if you go for the life. It's pretty much an even chance as long as you have triggers in your life. You can kind of get the advantage. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Charlotte Prospero, you want to see multiple in your hand. Do you want to mulligan until you see multiple in your hands? The best hand that I had opening is pretty much like a Charlotte Pudding and 2 Perosperos, because that kind of gives you that engagement early on. You're definitely going to draw into one of your big boys later, so definitely try and mulligan to get Charlotte. Charlotte is actually so good. Like early on, I just never played Charlotte because I'm like, oh, I can just play the lower ones, and Sanji's were my most mulligan hand in the beginning, because like I'm like I love that draw power. Sanji is still great, and that draw power is great, but people have realized it now, and just like Joey Bonnie, people just wipe it off the board as soon as you do your ability to draw the top or bottom of life, and then add a card on top to your life. So I'm now just like mulliganing till I see either like multiple Charlotte Puddings or Perosperos. That's like the ultimate beginning hand that gives you that presence early on. Peckham's is the new addition. We swapped out Vanilla's. Peckham's is now free 5. You don't need the 6k stat line anymore, so playing a cheaper free drop is great. And that way, if you don't see Peckham's in your hand, Prospero in your hand, Peckham's is also a really good pressure card from early game. So that's our new vanilla in this new format, where we don't need our 6ks for the white beat anymore. We can now put pressure with just the 5ks. So this is a really good new addition. It comes from the structure deck. I'm only playing free, but definitely a great card. The better vanilla. Charlotte Cracker. You want to see this in your life. When it's in your life, it's pretty much a free win. I had great games where I had 2 crackers in life and played them on board, and it's a really good game when you see that. It's like, wow, it's so good. Smoothie is OP. 1 card from top or bottom of your life, 2,000 power. That is insane. People don't think that it's a good idea to take that life. Like, just think of your life as a resource. You probably get it back anyway. To take that life and give it 2,000 power and put that pressure on. The only card I'm unsure about is Katakuri himself, the 8K. Do I keep him at 2? I don't know. Sometimes seeing multiple in the hand doesn't feel good. This is like the new Shanks of this deck. I might drop this down to 1 and drop this Lin back up to 4. This Lin has been really great on curve. It really pressures your opponent to making a decision whether they want to keep their life or drop their give you an extra life. It's very, very pivotal, and I think that might be a better ratio. But for now, I'm just going to keep my ratios at this because I've been seeing success with this, and I don't want to break it. So I've dropped down the event cards. They end up becoming such like they're great in the triggers, but they're really bad when you have them in hand. So I've dropped them down to 1 each. I'm trying to fill the board up more on this build, and just kind of rely on the draw power of this build, especially with the Shirahoshi. You really want to see her in your life because you get that free extra card, plus you get to fix your hand, which is really good. So I dropped both Sovereignty and Thunderbolt. They're both great from when they are in your triggers, or sometimes Ikoku can save your life. I don't know if it felt very underwhelming. 5,000 plus power is very overkill. I might switch the ratios up to kind of like 2 Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts felt a lot better. But yeah, so that's probably what I'm going to start playing from now on. But I did pretty well considering I had the Ikoku in hand, and it was kind of just ended up being a discard fodder anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much my build. Let's give it a test run just to show you how it plays. Let's go with that one. See if we can connect to this account. All right, this is a hard matchup. Let's go. That's a great hand. I'm going to keep that. Don't usually go first, but in this situation, you want to go first just because you really don't want to give these guys too much time, especially Purple Crocs. Purple Crocs are kind of scary because their ability is always live, which kind of scares you. And this one's playing Impel Down cards. Interesting. Okay, Buggy. Impel Down Croc. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so the best thing to do in this situation would be probably drop Sanji so we can get some draw power. And we're going to attack. Look at our top life. Leave that on top. That's a really good top life. And swing in for a bit of damage. Try and get some chip damage in. Nice Perispera on the top. That's going to be very good if they swing into us. And then we end turn here. Yep, they'll swing in. I don't need to stack that much. I'll probably let it go through. All right. We're going to dump the Shirahoshi. That's why it's good in hand. It's like really good discard fodder. Okay, we got 5 Don now. So the 5 Don turn, we'll put down another first row. We'll swing in. And we'll vote our top. Oh, this is a stacked life. You don't see, it doesn't get better than that. Really, it doesn't. Okay. And we don't want to stop putting the pressure, so we'll put 5k pressure on. He'll counter out of that. And we'll pay the 1 for a search, and we see everything. We love this. This is great. 2 Charlottes is overkill, maybe, but we're too ahead in life to guarantee this will be useful. It's only useful when you're behind. That's why I only played the 1 of the structure deck. Charlotte may be good for extra pressure, or the extra Lin for follow up. Take the Lin. I feel like this game will be pretty smooth. I might be doing famous last words there. But we have a cracker up here as well, which is going to be very, very instrumental in the next turn. We'll put the pressure down with our Don. He'll probably clear this if he's thinking about saving time. Oh, he went straight for face. Bad idea. Okay, we have trigger. We'll dump this. Play this. All right. Now our board's pretty much stacked. This is not even turn 3 for us, and we have so much on the board. He's gonna have to try and clear this Perispera if he wants to survive. Yeah, that's not enough. He miscalculated. Poor dude. All right, we're at 7 done now, so we can apply a little bit of pressure. Let's use this Sanji. Before we use the Sanji, always good to check what's on top of your life. We'll leave that on top. So that would be very good if we had that in hand. So I would have preferred him to take some life, extra life. See what I mean? Like this deck, you have to like let them hit you. It's so good. Okay, what do you got? Okay. Minus 3k Perispera and Sanji. It won't stop me from using Sanji. I still want to attack with him. And he's counted out. Okay. Now we're going to attack here. Use card action, take top life, and put a new one there. He should not protect that. That's the truth. Actually, we know that he has only 3 cards in hand. The best thing to do in this situation. I hope he doesn't. He has no Don active, so we're just going to play the pressure with a Cracker. Now we have equal life, so I don't get the extra 1,000. But if you have less life, you can get an extra 1,000 and double attack, which is much more powerful than what we have to deal with. But it's still good pressure at the moment, so I cannot complain. And we set up pretty good for next turn. Okay. I want to keep that Perispera standing. That way, at least I'm guaranteed to have one more attack if he tries to clear the board. Yeah. Plays the buggy to filter out his hand for Impel Down. See what he gets. He gets Deathwink. That's a pretty good Impel Down card to get, actually. I gotta remember he has a Deathwink, which is pretty strong. He's ready to use his Hell Judgment from earlier. Probably play this and give him the pressure of wondering whether to give us life or give himself have himself take life. He'll probably swing at Perispera. You want to get rid of Perispera or Cracker. But right now, Cracker's not as much of a threat because he's kind of like behind. This is also why it's so important, like I said earlier, to let him take your life down as well, or let the opponent take your life down. I kind of believe that you have to play this a bit more riskier. This is where we have to make a decision whether we want to save Cracker or not. We have 1,000 counter here, 2,000 counter here, and then you can just pump this up with his free Don and get rid of it. But then we're forcing him to do that. So I think it's a good trade. It's no blocker, force out the trade. And now he has to use free Don on the buggy if he wants to. Oh, he did not get rid of it. Interesting. All right, let's give him the ultimatum. What is he going to decide? He decided to give me a life. That's great. Being extra healthy is extra great. Let's see what that life is real quick. It's placing it on the bottom. We don't need a 2k counter right now. I'd rather a trigger. And he does have Deathwing, so he can counter out of it. Yep. Looks like he's going to use it. Hell's Judgment instead. Okay. Take off the pressure a little bit. Yep. Took it. He wasn't able to counter out of it. He just wanted to use the Hell's Judgment Interestingly enough, we'll just swing in with our cracker. He counters out of it easily, and then we'll just attack into this with a 2k. We still have other 2ks in these Perisperos right now, but Hell's Judgment's really good at mitigating attack. We get to keep our Perispero standing for the next turn. We're at 4, he's at 1. It's very hard for him to come back from this. At this point, it's pretty much GG's. I've got the Linlins and potentially free swings next turn. He's got one blocker that I have to consider. If he gets another blocker, it does make it a little bit harder. But it looks like he'll... Yeah, I will not save that. You can have my cracker too if he wants. Because it's very useless in this kind of game where I have the advantage. And he wasn't able to bring my life down. Yeah, we bring down the Charlotte Linlin. We're back at 5 life. It's like we didn't even have a game. And we'll just start swinging. Get some cards out of his hands. And then leave it with the Linlin swing. See if he has Hell's Judgment. I know he has Deathwink. Hell's Judgment will give him another turn. Depending on what he... Yeah, okay. He blocked. Deathwink, bring it out. We'll bring out some counters. I want to just bring down his hand a little. Deathwink came out. He drew. Maybe he drew another Deathwink. We'll see. Counter power out of it. See what you got. 1-7K. Oh, 1-2K. That's unoptimal. Yep. We got it, guys. So, yep, this is a great build for the new format. This was a very interesting matchup, though. But you can understand how it plays and you can kind of see for yourself how it works. So, hope you guys like the video. If you like this kind of video and you want to see more kind of explanation videos for deck lists, please just give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what you guys want to see next. If you guys are looking for One Piece deck lists or builds that you want to see and how to play them. And thank you guys for watching. This has been Alex from Shuffle Up. See ya.